What's up? What's up? What's up? Remember Martin? It was a great show. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Studio de Jeffrey, where today, well, I'm just going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about because it's another day in quarantine, which is lovely. Played some Call of Duty, did some Down Dog, FaceTimed with Amanda while I was doing Down Dog, and she tried to get me squared away there. That was great. So we'll do Cowboys stuff. And, of course, I asked people, hey, what do you want to talk about? And I said, don't ask me to do another mock draft because I've done 3 in 3 days, I believe. And people said, yeah, but you haven't traded up yet. So maybe I'll do that at the end. So many mock drafts. Let's see. I'm just going to work through what you guys want to talk about. Rex, because if you leave comments on the YouTube page about what you want to hear about, I can use that for content in the next video. So do that, okay? And check 1053thefan.com every day. There's an ant on the cord of my camera. I got him. I think I got him. Maybe I didn't get him. Anyway, Rex, he said this. Jeff, rate this mock draft for the Cowboys. At 17, Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver, Alabama, A+. At 51, Trevon Diggs, cornerback, Alabama, A+. At 82, Akeem Davis-Gaither, linebacker, App State, A+. At 123, Brandon Jones, safety out of Texas. Yeah, I think that's about the right spot for him. At 164, Khalil Davis, interior defensive lineman. Haven't watched him yet. And at 179, Dane Jackson, cornerback, Pittsburgh. It's probably about right for him. I love what he did at the Senior Bowl, but I do not love his tape. So that's a tough one, you know. Jordan, what's your favorite Call of Duty map? Well, currently I don't have one because right now I suck. I can't shoot anybody. I can't figure out if I want to use the M4 with no optic like the really good players that I play with use. My guy Prospect, who carries me to all my wins, he uses the M4 without a reticle on it, without an optic on it. So I tried that, and I thought it worked. It worked great online playing regular Call of Duty, but then I went back into the war zone, and I can't kill anybody. So I switched it back to having a reticle, and then that's not really working, and it takes you longer to get looking down the sights. And so I thought maybe the Kilo, or maybe I need a burst gun. Do I want to get an SMG? And then I finally unlocked the scope that I wanted for the sniper rifle, the alternate zoom. I finally got it leveled up enough to use that on my marksman rifle, and now I'm just giving away my position and getting out sniped by everybody, so I just don't know how good players get kills because I'm struggling today. Today's a bad day for Call of Duty. What did you ask? What's your favorite Call of Duty map? I hate every map. I hate them all. Arturo, how about drafting an outside linebacker for this 3-4 defense? D-Ware return? Yeah, sure. Bring back Romo. Bring back, let's trade for Witten, get him back. Bring back Dez. D-Ware. Is there anybody else? Let's get Anthony Spencer back in here. Roger, get some Staubach action for when Romo gets hurt. Yeah, I'm in. We don't know what defense they're running. It may look like maybe kind of like Carolina when I went to watch Gerald McCoy, where sometimes you get 4 down linemen, sometimes you get 3. We don't really know how this is going to look. Now, there's certain guys that if they draft, I'll feel like they're going to be doing some 3-4, but we'll just have to wait and see, you know? That's what we're going to have to do. Speaking of which, this question from Riley Rosenbush. Rose in the bush. What do you think of Zack Baun as a serious trade down pick? Zack Baun plays the TJ Watt position at Wisconsin, where he's an outside, he's an edge, right? Technically, he's kind of a 3-4 stand-up outside linebacker. And he's like a mini TJ Watt, where TJ Watt could have played for the Cowboys. TJ Watt could have easily put his hand on the ground and played for the Cowboys. Now, Zack Baun's a little different because TJ Watt was 6'4", 252 at the combine. Zack Baun was 6'2", 2 inches shorter, shorter arms. He was 238, so he's 15 pounds lighter. He ran a slower three-cone. He had worse jumps. So T.J. Watt was a better athlete even as being a bigger guy. He still out-tested him. T.J. Watt's kind of a freak. Whereas Zack Baun, I like his tape a lot like I did Watts, where he's a good pass rusher. He can turn the corner. He can dip. He can bend. Tight ends aren't going to move him. At Wisconsin, they teach him so well how to hold their ground and how to just one arm, hold guys off and hold the edge there. So I like Baun as a player. I think he should probably go in the first round. If the Cowboys are going to be the defense that they've been over the last however many years, I don't know how Baun fits. Sam linebacker? But that position barely plays snaps. But then I guess when you go to rush downs, you could put him at right defensive end. You also have Gregory hopefully coming back. So I'm just not sure how he fits because he's not T.J. Watt. They're not the same guy. T.J. Watt could have seamlessly played 4-3 defensive end, and I just don't know that Zack Baun can. Maybe he can. Maybe 238 is not too small. Maybe 6'2 is not too – maybe he could. But I like him. I like him a lot as a player, and I think he's going to be a good NFL player. Matthew White says, Jeff, awesome content. Thank you, Matt White. Pick a group, and then he's going to give me 3 groups to choose from as a draft. Group 1, C.J. Henderson, cornerback out of Florida in the first round. I'd love that. Or I'd like that. Round 2, Ross Blacklock, TCU defensive tackle. I'd be all right with that. Round 3, Ashton Davis, safety out of Cal. I'd be all right with that. Group 2, Javon Kinlaw in the first, DT South Carolina. A.J. Terrell in the second, corner out of Clemson. And in the third, Terrell Burgess, safety from Utah. Kinlaw at 17 I would like. Terrell at 51 I would like. And Burgess in the third I would like. I would like all of those, okay? Third group, Kaylavon Chason in the first round. Antoine Winfield Jr. in the second round, and Troy Pride Jr., Notre Dame corner in the third round. Which of those 3 would I like? Let me think about it. It's my thinking face. I'm going to eliminate group 3 because I like Ashton Davis and Terrell Burgess, those third rounders, a lot better than I like Troy Pride Jr. out of Notre Dame. Terrell, I will go group 2. Kinlaw, A.J. Terrell, Terrell Burgess, because I think Kinlaw might be a star in the NFL. A.J. Terrell, I think, will be a solid starting cornerback, and Terrell Burgess will be a nice, versatile piece in the defensive secondary. Ashton Davis in the third is potentially really good value, too. I will go with the second group. Yep, that's what I'm going with. Mo Garza says, Snacks Harrison or Mike Daniels? I guess I'd go Snacks. I think Mike Daniels is even more on the downside than Snacks Harrison is. I'll go Snacks. Everson Griffin or Clowney? I'd take Clowney, but Griffin's price tag's probably lower, so I'll say Griffin's more realistic. Surprised Clowney is still available. Why? Well, I think he overshot his market. For a guy who's never been, like DeMarcus Lawrence is a 10-sack guy. He happened to have 5 last year, but he's a 10-sack guy. This year, he'll have 10 sacks. That's who he is. Clowney's not as good a pass rusher as Tank is. He's a freak against the run game. He can absolutely shut down run games. He's a monster. But the sack numbers have really never been there for Clowney. So he's probably more of a $12 to $14 million player than a $20 million player, and he's trying to be a $20 million player. So they just got to figure out the price tag, and then he'll go be a good player for somebody. He was really good for Seattle. I think he led them for in tackles for loss. He was a really good player for them, and he's going to keep being a really good player. Would you take a swing at Aqib Talib? No, I would never take a swing at Aqib Talib. Have you not read about him? Oh, would you want him on the Cowboys? I'd bring him to camp. He may be washed. I wouldn't really worry too much about Aqib Talib. King Johan says book reviews of the current books you're reading and some you'd recommend. On Twitter, somebody asked me for recommendations on fantasy series, and I gave them some. I don't love what I'm reading right now. I'm doing the Dresden Files. It's about a wizard that works in Chicago. I don't love it. It's all right. I keep going. I'm on like book 8, but I don't love it. Problem is I ran out of good fantasy stuff. I read it all. So that's tough. Current books I'm reading. I've done this before. I strongly recommend John Sandford if you like just the quick page-turning detective mystery type stuff. John Sandford, either the Lucas Davenport novels or the Virgil Flowers novels. They're two different series, although they're connected. I like Virgil Flowers the best. Jack Reacher's good. Game of Thrones is my favorite of all time. It's my favorite books of all time. George R. R. Martin, if you could hurry your ass up, it'd be great. Been waiting a decade for a book, and there's still another one after it. There's no chance he's going to finish. R.I.P. This, I'm just starting. Joe Abercrombie, The Blade Itself. It's supposed to be another fantasy series. Mistborn trilogy is amazing. Gentleman Bastard series. I can't. Lies of Lamora is book 1. That's great. The fantasy series that starts with a book called The Warded Man is great. I don't know. Lots of stuff. Here is Flores asking for a trade-up scenario. I'll try it. I got a premium thing at the Draft Network, so yes, at the end of this video, I'll do a mock draft, and I'll try to trade up. But I have to just see how the picks play out. I can pause it as it's going and try to trade up, but we'll see. You got to have the right guy there, and you got to see if you're willing to pay what it costs. What do you do to keep occupied, Cowboy Dale says, during the quarantine? Here's a vid I made for laughs of how I stay occupied as a Cowboys fan. Check it out. I play Call of Duty. I watch tape of players. I have not watched any TV the last 3 days because I've been playing too much Call of Duty. And I tried to, in between games of Call of Duty or in between watching players, I try to do like quick 3 to 5 minute workouts and do like 5 to 10 of those a day where it's just kind of push-ups and some down dog, a couple of yoga poses, things like that. I'm good at quarantine. I can do. Yesterday I cooked on the big green egg. I could do this all day. I could do this my whole life, and I'd be fine with it. I don't mind quarantine. Dakota, favorite mid-round safety if we don't draft one in the first. Well, let me pull up my board. Safeties. Grant Delpit, Antoine Winfield, Xavier McKinney. I guess you're kicking those out. My favorite guy is probably Terrell Burgess at Utah. I've got him as a 2-3, so if you could get him in the third, or maybe the world will let you get him in the fourth, because he's one of those guys that played a lot of the slot for Utah and just seems really underappreciated for his versatility. He's a good tackler. He's a good cover guy. He can play man or zone. Terrell Burgess is probably my mid-round guy that I like the best. Next. At Molly Vegas. Key pieces they need to address in the draft or free agency before the start of the season. Can this team be more talented? They were kind of loaded last year, it seems. Could they be more talented than last year? Let's see. We have to replace Malik Collins, which they did with Gerald McCoy. I'm calling that a slight upgrade. They got to replace Robert Quinn, which is tough, but if Randy Gregory comes back, he could do at least part of that. Heath is gone. Clinton Dix and Heath, to me, is a wash, and I know people are going to say that's crazy, but Clinton Dix never became the player that I think a lot of people think he has. Byron Jones is going to be really tough to replace. Randall Cobb is not easy to replace. Malik, we did. Quinn. They can be. If they nail the draft, yes. They can be more talented than they were a year ago. They can be. Let's see how they draft, and let's see what they keep doing in free agency. What do you think of Jeremy Chin from Scott? Jeremy Chin is the safety from, is it South Illinois? Don't let me screw up here. I think it's South Illinois. Freak athlete, very raw football player. So for me, I've got him like in the third round, and third to fourth. And I think he'll go earlier than that. But I think the tape screams needs time to develop. But the athletic profile is insane. So Jeremy Chin is a boomer bust guy that somebody's going to take a big swing on, I think. I would let somebody else take that swing if they're going to do it in the top 50 or 60. Another guy, mock draft where you trade up. Make a list of the best guns in Warzone. Coward, the best guns in Call of Duty Warzone. Well, my buddy Prospect is the best player I play with, and he uses an M4 with no sight on it. He uses the iron sights and a bunch of different things that give it extended range and power. And, oh, Amanda's calling. Hold on. Let me see what we're doing here. We're doing our video for the day.
What video?
I'm just taking people's questions.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'll answer one.
Okay, I'll give you the next question. Ben Brown says, I know you're big on Dantzler, as am I. Can you explain why he's not the number 2 corner in this draft?
Oh, easy, because he's not. Simple. Done. Move on.
Okay. And I'll say because he ran over 4.6 at the combine, and the NFL's really hard for slow corners. Tape's great. I still got him in the third. I moved him down to the third from the second.
Next one.
Do you think Zack Baun is worth a look in the first round? We need edge players, but I haven't heard much about him.
No. Next.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, love the studio day, Heffrey. I've been doing some mock drafts, and the Cowboys need to draft a corner in the first round because I don't trust this group on game day if the season started tomorrow. What do you think?
Yes. Next.
Colt says, thanks for the longer videos, Jeff. Seriously, they're very entertaining. Great work as always. Do you know what scheme system Mike Nolan runs and what DB would be the best fit for that scheme?
No. Next.
With signing Hop, you're doing great. Should I put you on camera? Hold on, let me see. Can they see you?
No, I'm driving. I don't want him to get mad.
Okay. Thanks for the longer video. Oh, we already did that one. With signing Clinton Dix, what about the small school safeties like Jeremy Chin in the second or third round?
We got Clinton Dix. Next.
Okay, that's the end of the questions. I got through all the questions. So people leave more questions in the comments tomorrow, and if you have any for Amanda, just leave those too, and we'll get her on here.
How'd I do?
You did great. Now I have to do a mock draft. I have to try to trade up.
All right,
Bye. Okay. And here we go. You guys ready? We're going to try to trade up. I do not advise this, but we're going to try to trade up. Let me bring the window up here. And let me scoot. I'm going to need to be over here. And we're going to try to trade up. Here we go. So I got the draft started. And Chase Young went first, which isn't going to happen, but don't worry about that. Resume. Boom. Boom. What the? Caleb Von Chason went second. This draft is high. Anyway, at least he could go before the Cowboys, so that's fine. Chason and Derek Brown. What a weird run this thing is on right now. Isaiah Simmons, Tristan Wirfs, Mekhi Becton, Okuda. Okay, stop. Here's the problem. My trade-up guys are gone. They're already gone. Isaiah Simmons and Jeff Okuda. Those would be my targets. So, other than that, who would you like me to trade up for? Do you want me to trade up to make sure I get C.J. Henderson? Do you want me to... Joe Burrow's still available. You know what we're going to do? We're going to restart this draft. Joe Burrow's still available. We're at pick 8. Is there a way to... Cowboys go 5 rounds. Is there a way to predictive board player rankings. I don't love their player rankings on some of them. But at least their player rankings are pretty good at the top. So, here we go. Start the draft. Okay, Burrow went 1. Chase Young. Okudah. Simmons. It's over. I'm not trading up. It's over. That was it. So, okay, in theory, would you guys want to go up for either Derek Brown, CeeDee Lamb, or Jerry Jeudy? Because if that's the case, let's see. Want a couple more picks? Give me the draft log. Derek Brown's gone. So, top 7 is the guys that I would want to trade up. Do you want to trade up for Javon Kinlaw? I don't. Wirfs, Kinlaw, stop. Okay. Who are you trading up for? That would be my question. CeeDee Lamb's the best receiver in the draft. You want to try to go get him? You want to wait until one receiver goes and then trade up for Jeudy? I don't want to trade up for Chason. Do you want to go get Justin Herbert? Andrew Love might be making it to us. CJ Henderson might be making it to us. Let's just keep going pick by pick. How about that? We'll keep going pick by pick, and we'll see if there's an opportunity. Pause. Okay, Mekhi Becton, that's fine. Lamb's gone. Do you want to go up for Jeudy? Because he's about to go at 12. You going to try? Do you want to, how about this? How about, because the problem is if you're trying to go to the top 7 for one of these guys, let me get the trade chart out. Let me get the trade chart and see, because if that's what you guys are talking about, okay, here's the trade chart. 17 is worth $950, right? So let's say you wanted to go all the way to 7. That would be $1,500. So I need to find 550 points. Second round pick is $390. Third round pick is $180. So that's 3, 4, 90, and 80 is $570. So 1, 2, and 3 can get you to 7. Do you want to give up 1, 2, and 3? And in this case, to get to 7, that's to get Derek Brown? I can't give up a 1, a 2, and a 3 for a defensive tackle whose best thing is stopping the run. I can't do it. Now, we are at 12. At 12, I need 1,200 points. I have 950. My third is 180. So that is 1050 and 80 is 1130. I need 70 more. My 4 is not worth 70. My 3 is way more than 70. So you'd be giving up your 1, your 2, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 4, and 5 for Jerry Jeudy. Is that right? Hold on. No, that's not right. I need 250. So your 1 and your 2 is 950, 1050, 1150, 1250, and 9 is 1340. So I could get to 9 almost. I could get to 9 or 10 with my 1 and my 2. And that would be for Kinlaw. You want to give up your second round pick for Kinlaw? I do not. Put Jeffrey Okudah at 9 or 10. I'll give you my 1 and my 2, and I'll make it work. So for now, maybe this mock draft is not going to be a trade up because, as you can see, I just don't like the way it works. Let's see what happens here. I knew Jeudy was going to go. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, Ruggs goes. Now, the guy I would be honed in on right now is CJ Henderson. Do you want to risk it? Or do you want to go get him? Let's see what Tampa Bay does. Andrew Thomas. I need 2 guys to go, and I need neither of them to be C.J. Henderson. That's what I need. That's what I need to have happen. Now, we can keep an eye on Chase on too, because I know they have a big need at pass rusher at edge. So I think in this one, I'm not going to trade up. I'm going to see what happens between Chase on and Henderson, and maybe they both go right in front of me. Maybe they don't. Let's see. Draft log, resume. Broncos took Fulton. That helps me with C.J. Henderson. Falcons took Chase on. That whittles it down. My top player on the board lines up with the team need. We are not trading. We are picking. And C.J. Henderson's our guy. How about that? Let's resume the draft. We're cruising. I would like that. I would like that a lot. You would have C.J. Henderson as one of your starting corners. You would have, if you want to have a lot of fun, what we could do is have Clinton-Dixby, the third safety, move Cheeto to safety, play Xavier Woods and Cheeto. Cheeto's probably more of your free now. Woods is more of your box, but you can mix it up. You can play some two deep. You can do all sorts of things. And now my corners would be, if I move Cheeto out of there, I could go C.J. Henderson, Anthony Brown, and Jordan Lewis, with my depth coming from Kennedy and Goodwin. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. And that works for me. Or you could keep Cheeto there and have the same thing where Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis are going back and forth, and the Jordan Lewis hive, which I was a part of, and I'm still a fan. But if you have Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis on the team right now, you should be starting Anthony Brown. Okay, we're to our second round pick. And, Justin Jefferson's available. Hello. AJ Terrell's available. Hello. But I already took a corner. So now, edge. We could take Boise's Curtis Weaver. The combine's got me a little higher on him than I used to be, just off of his tape. There's just so much running circles around bad offensive linemen, but let's keep him in mind. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, if he actually made it to 51, would be so perfect in the slot on this team. So perfect. The buzz and other people's mock drafts make it sound like you're not going to have that option. I've got him graded as a second-round player. They have him as the 35th best player in the draft. That might be about where I have him. And could the 35th player in the draft make it to pick 51? Sure, he could. Tight ends. Holy cow. Cole Kmet's already gone. How about that? Offensive tackles. No, thank you. You could take Austin Jackson there. Keep an eye on Sadiq Charles. I don't like what the interior looks like here. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Jordan Elliott. You guys have seen me pick him a bunch. So instead of picking Jordan Elliott like I've done a ton, what I'm going to do this time is switch it up and take a look at what it looks like if we take the defensive end. So now both your defensive ends are from Boise State. We're going Curtis Weaver. His production in college is off the charts. Don't love the tape, but his college production was off the charts, and his combine was pretty good. Let me see. I believe he ran like a 7-second 3-cone, that's good. Let's check his combine real quick. Curtis Weaver, combine. Yeah, he ran a 7-flat 3-cone, a 4.27 shuttle. Not good jumps for the explosion numbers. Didn't run a 40, but his short shuttle and his cones were good. 6'2", 265, normal-sized arms, big hands. You could take Weaver at 51. You could. Who was I considering? If you want it off my board, we were taking Justin Jefferson there. But we're doing a different look here, right? So we got a corner in the first. We got an edge in the second. And now I'm free to do what I want, right? Now everybody can stop yelling at me. Let's go take a peek. Pittman's a second-round guy for me. So I want you to keep Pittman in mind. Michael Pittman Jr., USC. If I picked him, I'd probably play him more outside, and Amari Cooper would be getting slot reps, which would be a lot of fun too. We're in the third round, and Thaddeus Moss at 96. That's pretty high. Interior D-line. I got it. They have Elliott too low, so I don't know how not to take him. And they have Davis Gaither too low, so I don't know how not to take him. For me, second round player. Elliott and Davis Gaither. At corner, I don't have any second round players. They hate Reggie Robinson. I have him in the third round, so we're going to pick him next round. But in this round, what would I be choosing between? My second round graded players, Jordan Elliott and Michael Pittman, because I haven't taken Pittman in a mock yet. Maybe I will. No, I won't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the team building thing. They're very close. They're the top two players on my board according to my rankings with what's left here. So we'll take Elliott here. And this, if it actually played out this way, this would be incredible. C.J. Henderson. Jordan, oh, here she is again. Hold on.
Hey, did you see what Dallas County just did?
I didn't. You want to break the news to everybody on the YouTube and on the 1053thefan.com?
No, I got a notification saying they're ordering a shelter in place effective immediately till March 23rd.
That's one day.
Oh, well, I don't know. It said shelter in place.
March 23rd is in 6.5 hours.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird. That's provocative. I'm still doing a video. I've been going 31 and a half minutes. We're mock drafting again.
Ooh, I think I'm going to make wings.
Oh, will you send me some?
Can they see me?
They cannot see you. This video is going on the internet, though. They might be able to guess what I just looked at.
Which was nothing. I'm taking a probiotic shot, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I got to finish my mock draft. It's the fourth round.
Oh, God, bye.
Bye. All right, where was I? Bam! That is what I wanted. KJ Hill to play slot receiver. They're going to have Davis Gaither here. I would pick him in a heartbeat here. He's not going to be there. I'm going to skip that. And who else was I considering last round? What have we done so far? No, not available players. I want my picks. Okay, yeah. We went D-line, and corner. That would be a draft, baby. On my board, you'd flip those two. You'd do Elliott in the second, Weaver in the third. But whatever. I'm picking according to what's happening here. I'm pretending this is the NFL, and I'm picking according to what's happened here. I could use another corner. I have not picked a safety. Burgess is gone. I like Brandon Jones, and this is where I've got him graded as a fourth rounder. I'm higher on KJ Hill than I am on him, and I have a need at slot receiver just like I have at safety, so I'm actually going to take my better player, and I'm going to put KJ Hill in the slot, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see what happens. What's happening with you? Sometimes I make songs about nothing. Usually they're about my dog. Stomp face is laying on my feet. She's laying on my feet. She likes the studio day, Heffrey, and Amanda's calling again. Yeah.
Maybe it was starting March 23rd.
Oh. Like everybody just has to stay home?
Yeah.
If that's true, I'll have to take people groceries. I'll tweet about it. I have groceries.
But then you wouldn't be staying at home.
I know a secret about staying at home.
Which is what?
None of your business. I can't tell you. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Let it go. I'm still drafting. It's the fifth round. I got 2 picks here.
You let it go.
All right. We got C.J. Henderson in the first, Curtis Weaver in the second, Jordan Elliott in the third, KJ Hill in the fourth. Let's look at the available players. Is there any chance my safety, Brandon Jones, made it? Nope.
This has been a great. Bye.
Bye. We're We're just going to have to make do with Woods and Clinton Dix this year. That's okay. We can make do with that. Oh, you guys want to get crazy? I like James Morgan. As a developmental quarterback, I like James Morgan. We're in the 5th round. Let me see what else we got. Golly, I could double down on slot receivers. Duvernay, Juan Jennings, Lynn Bowden in the 5th. Ooh. Tight ends. I got to go back to the Albert O tape. I did not see 4.50 coming from him. I got to get back to that. That might be somebody who I would pick right there. Asiasi, too. He's a solid prospect to me. And I didn't like the safeties. I'm going to double dip at corner here. And I'm going to take Reggie Robinson the 2nd. And we will still have our comp pick coming up. And you can go either way here, Anthony Gordon or James Morgan at quarterback. But I'll encourage you, watch tape on both of them. They're both fun. Both of these guys might have a chance in the league. I'm going to take James Morgan. There you go. And here is your 5-round draft haul. Bloop. C.J. Henderson, Curtis Weaver, Jordan Elliott, K.J. Hill. That is your starting corner, starting right the end, starting defensive tackle next to Gerald McCoy, starting slot receiver, and Reggie Robinson and James Morgan are your developmental picks. Your boy just picked 4 starters. All right, everybody. That's it for today. 36 and a half minutes of glory. Check 1053thefan.com every day. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube page and turn on the notifications so you don't miss a video. And enjoy quarantine. In the comments, what do you want to talk about tomorrow? Gotcha? Gotcha.